Who you got in the Sunday night football matchup? Cowboys, Buccaneers. Get those votes in for me in the comment section right now. C for the Cowboys, B for the Buccaneers. The final Cowboys game before Christmas. Dallas is a 3.5-point underdog at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, led by a defensive-minded head coach in Todd Bowles, haven't been that great on defense. They're hovering right around league average in a variety of metrics, including points scored. Sometimes a little bit less on that side. Cowboys offense is 20th. Defense is playing much better, though. We'll talk about that despite being 29th for the season. They've been fringe top 10 since Michael Parsons came back. They get one of their tougher tests. The Buccaneers are a top 5 scoring offense, and they are a two-dimensional offense as well. Run and pass works very well for Tampa. First, some injuries to watch here. Chuma Edoga, ankle injury. He returned to the game, so I think he'll be okay. Curious starts at left tackle. Last week, Edoga got hurt, so they put Guyton back in. Guyton was playing well, and when Bass went down, who is also worth monitoring injury-wise, I should mention that. I meant to put Edoga/Bass. He went to right guard. So I don't know who's going to play there. Left tackle, right guard. We'll find out later this week, I'm sure. Cooper Beebe has a concussion. Hopefully he can go, and then you put Brock Hoffman back in there at right guard, but he might not be able to go. So lots of uncertainty along the offensive line this week. Jordan Lewis, left with an elbow, seemed like he was fine with his social media posts, so fingers crossed there. Not sure we're ready to have Juanyeh Thomas return, but we'll see. And Lamb will be limited early in the week with a shoulder, but I wouldn't worry too much about that front. Let's talk keys to victory then. Number one, you need more defensive dominance. The defense has been really good as of late for the Dallas Cowboys. The last 6 weeks, they have been a fringe top 10 defense. The EPA on the ground has been better. The success rate's been good. They're allowing, top 10 EPA per play stuff there. However, we do have to acknowledge the level of competition you've been playing against. Not been great offenses. Bengals were a good offense, though. Cowboys shut them down until that disastrous block punt thing. The Bucs, though, good offense, guys. They got Mike Evans healthy. That's going to be a key matchup for you. Jalen McMillan's playing quite well. Cade Otton's been news. Got 2 backs who can run the ball. 4th in points per game, 3rd in yards per game, 5th in rushing yards and passing yards. Balance, for the sake of balance, is stupid. But when you're top 5 in both, that means you're just a good balanced offense. So what is your confidence level in the Cowboys beating the Bucs this Sunday night? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Key to victory number 2, run, Rico, run. Cowboys have finally given the ball to Rico Dowdle. 3 straight games with 100-plus yards on the ground. 3 straight weeks with his most rushing yards ever. Probably won't get beaten this week. The Bucs have a really good run defense, by the way. Vita Vea is awesome at his job, as it turns out. And Rico's been great. And for the first time in what feels like years to me, this is a Cowboys team that the opposing defense and the coordinators might go, we got to stop the ground game first. Hasn't been that way in a long time in Dallas. Now, the Cooper Rush difference between Dak is probably a factor, but whatever. Rico's been awesome. I hope McCarthy keeps giving him the football. Because if you want to win games, you saw it in the first half last week. Get the ball to Rico Dowdle. O-line's doing a good job, but he's got a lot of yards after contact too. Rico's been awesome individually. And also get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. Those two things together tend to work out pretty well for an offense. Hopefully it continues as they move forward. Now, today's show is made possible by Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Make the holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks. This holiday season, they're giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas. Here's one of the CFP Prize Picks we got for you. My boy Jack remains on a heater. Cade Klubnik, the goblin, more than, less than, easier to get, 174.5. TJ Moore, more than 25.5. Nico Iamaleava, I think I got that right, not totally sure. More, I should get practice on that one because we got a watch party to do. More than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Just Nico I. That's all it is. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS. Next key to victory, I want more of what we saw last week out of Cooper Rush. I thought that was one of, if not the best game from Cooper Rush, outside of please stop doing that little keeper read option pass stuff that he always fumbles on. That was a great game from Cooper Rush. Especially relative to expectations, but just overall, normally going to win a bunch of games. 62.1%, 3 touchdowns, 1 turnover. Didn't throw it as much, which again, don't have him throw it 35 times. Have him throw it left or less. It works out better. 3 touchdowns. I thought that touchdown throw to Jalen Brooks is maybe the best throw I've seen Cooper Rush ever make. That was, they run the fake screen, wheel route, wasn't open, rolls right, buys time, downfield throw, on the money. It's a great play by Rush. I need more of that. Now, with that said, you got a much tougher test this week. The opposing defense EPA ranks this year. This is overall, so it includes the games you've played against these teams already. Commanders were 21st ranked defense, Giants 28th, Bengals 29th, Panthers 31st. This is a better defense. I'm very curious what Todd Bowles will do to try to attack Cooper Rush in third downs. Bowles is an aggressive blitzer. How much will he blitz Rush? Talk more about that later on in the week. We will also be live for Cowboys versus Bucs. Subscribe so you do not miss out. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/CowboysTV for free Cowboys videos and, of course, our Cowboys Bucs watch party. Number 4, and I acknowledge this is like the borderline, you win the game by scoring more points than the other team, but it is worth mentioning what we saw last week. The turnover battle is massive in this game. And turnovers have been key all year long for the Cowboys, like most teams. But the numbers are the numbers here. The first 10 games, they had 9 takeaways. Not very good, and way too many turnovers. Now, to be fair, there were 2 different 5 turnover games. One with Dak, one with Rush, that kind of juiced the numbers. And both of those games, the turnovers were not all from the quarterbacks. That was the backup receivers were fumbling too, and it was just kind of one of those days. So a bit of an asterisk there. Look at the last 4 games. 10 takeaways, 4 turnovers. That's winning football. In wins, Cowboys have 13 takeaways, just 5 turnovers. In losses, just 6 takeaways, 17 turnovers. That's pretty true for most teams. Very rarely. Cowboys did it once against the Steelers this year. You're able to overcome a plus or -2 turnover differential. But if you want to beat the Bucs, well, a great way to do it is force some turnovers. I don't think you're going to force 4 like you did against Carolina. But if you can get 1 or 2, that matters a lot when you're the underdog. So give me your score predictions of the Cowboys against the Bucs. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Final key to victory or defeat, if you don't want to win games, obviously. Prove you want Mike McCarthy back. There is a chance, if the Commanders upset, which I don't think is going to happen, there's a chance that you will know by kickoff that you are out of the playoff hunt. And you are just playing for pride and to keep your head coach's job alive. I think this game matters a lot if you want or don't want Mike McCarthy to stay as the Cowboys head coach. This is a playoff caliber Bucs team. Their schedule is not that hard. They had their toughest game, I thought, of the season left, and they beat up on another playoff team in the Chargers. This Bucs team is trending towards not just being a playoff team, but maybe even winning the division. They got the Cowboys left, Panthers, Saints. I doubt this is going to be a look-ahead game. It's a road game against the best team they're going to face left down the stretch. You might need to out-coach them to win. Now, I don't know if you can. I don't know. You're not going to out-talent them. You can get some takeaways. You can out-coach them, out-scheme them, and pull the upset. With that said, I don't think you will. My score prediction is Bucs win 24-20. They come up just short against a team that's simply better and also mostly healthier. But I think they hang around again. I think that defense will keep the Cowboys in the game again.